Most people think of digestion as something that simply happens in the background. You eat, your body processes the food, and life goes on. But what if one of the most powerful systems shaping your immunity, mood, and energy levels isn't your brain or your muscles, but your gut? Today, we're going to explore how gut health quietly influences the way your body defends itself, how you feel emotionally, and how much energy you have throughout the day. Not through extreme diets or complicated science, but through a clearer understanding of how your body actually works, and why small daily habits matter more than most people realize. When people hear the word gut, they usually think about the stomach or digestion. But your gut is much more than that. It's a complex system that includes your intestines and trillions of microorganisms living inside them. These microbes, often called the gut microbiome, aren't just passive passengers. They actively interact with your body every single day. Your gut contains a large part of your immune system. In fact, a significant portion of immune activity begins there. This means your gut isn't just processing food, it's constantly deciding what belongs in your body and what doesn't. When this system is balanced, it helps protect you. When it's not, problems can quietly begin to build. So what does balance actually mean? A healthy gut isn't about having perfect digestion. It's about diversity and stability. A wide range of beneficial bacteria helps your body respond appropriately to stress, food, and environmental challenges. When that diversity is reduced, often due to chronic stress, poor sleep, or highly processed diets, the gut becomes less resilient. So what does this mean in real life? Let's start with immunity. Your immune system relies on signals from the gut to know when to act and when to stay calm. A well-functioning gut helps your immune system respond efficiently without overreacting. When gut health declines, the immune system can become confused. It may respond too aggressively to harmless triggers or fail to respond well to real threats. Over time, this can contribute to frequent infections, prolonged inflammation, or a general sense that your body takes longer to recover than it used to. This doesn't happen overnight. It's usually the result of long-term patterns: irregular meals, constant stress, lack of fiber, or insufficient rest. The gut slowly loses its ability to regulate immune responses effectively, and the effects show up later, often in subtle ways. Now let's talk about mood. Many people are surprised to learn that the gut and the brain are in constant communication. This connection is often referred to as the gut-brain axis. Signals travel both ways, influencing how you feel emotionally and mentally. A large portion of neurotransmitters associated with mood are linked to gut activity. When the gut environment is balanced, these signals tend to support emotional stability. When it's disrupted, people may notice increased irritability, low motivation, or a general sense of mental heaviness, even when nothing obvious seems wrong. This doesn't mean gut health is the only factor affecting mood, but it plays a meaningful role. When your body is under constant low-grade stress internally, your mental state often reflects that stress. This is why emotional well-being is so closely tied to physical health, even when the connection isn't immediately visible. Energy is another area where gut health quietly makes a difference. Many people blame low energy on age, workload, or lack of motivation. But energy is deeply connected to how efficiently your body processes nutrients and manages inflammation. A healthy gut helps your body absorb nutrients more effectively. It also helps regulate inflammation, which can otherwise drain energy over time. When the gut is out of balance, even a full night's sleep may not feel restorative. You wake up tired, rely on stimulants, and push through the day without feeling truly energized. Over months or years, this pattern can become normalized. People start to believe feeling tired is just part of modern life. But in many cases, it's a signal, not a flaw in motivation, but a sign that the body's internal systems are struggling to keep up. When gut health is consistently neglected, the effects tend to compound. Subtle immune challenges, emotional fluctuations, and low energy can slowly turn into larger health concerns. Not because the gut causes disease directly, but because it influences so many systems that protect balance in the body. The key idea here isn't fear, it's awareness. Your body is constantly adapting to the inputs you give it. Over time, small daily choices shape how resilient those systems become. Gut health is one of the foundations that quietly supports long-term well-being. So what can you take away from this? First, consistency matters more than extremes. Regular meals, adequate hydration, and simple whole foods tend to support gut balance better than short-term fixes. Second, stress management isn't just mental, it's physical. Chronic stress directly affects gut function, which in turn affects immunity and mood. Third, sleep plays a bigger role than most people think. Poor sleep disrupts gut balance, which then feeds back into energy and emotional regulation. And finally, pay attention to patterns, not perfection. How you feel most days tells a more important story than occasional fluctuations. Small, steady habits often create the most meaningful change over time. Health is rarely about drastic transformations. It's about understanding how your body communicates with you and responding with better choices, day by day. Gut health reminds us that many of the most important processes in our bodies work quietly in the background, shaping how we feel, think, and live. When you start listening to those signals, balance becomes less about control and more about alignment. And that's where lasting health usually begins.